Hello, my people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new and exploring and wondering what this Chelsea Christ Incarnate stuff is all about. So I am living the life of Christ Incarnate. Living the life of Christ Incarnate. Did I say that correctly? And when I am 33, I will be exactly as I was. I'm currently 29. And here I am today sharing this video with you because twice in my life I have seen the demon. Which means that I spent my time with people. I argued with the demon until I argued with an embodier of demonic influence, meaning lack of love, to such a degree that I saw the absence of the actual person, and I saw nothing but the influencing source, whatever that may be, that enjoys the energy of frustration, anger, limitation. When I really first started to say goodbye to my mother's side of the family and continuing to speak my truth and holding my ground and no longer being implemented or molded. And actually, I'll share with you right now, before we get into the demon, the demonic energy influence that people opt to channel. That is free will. What kind of energy do you allow to express through your physical form? How much of yourself do you step outside of yourself to allow energy to work through? So I had a dream this week. You've been watching my channel, and if you haven't, there's that theory of 1 in 10. And it's like, well, what right do I have to admit my remembrance of the last life and have the arrogance to kind of like come up and say, no, I will teach the ways, the vibration, the frequency, the cooperation of love. I remember last time how fueled I was, how energized I was, how ready I was, and how capable I felt in a man's body to do what I did. And I also knew that I would have to make the sacrifice, show people, die for it, come back again, and live all the way through till old age. I do believe this life is very blessed from here on out. So the dream that I had, with the theory of 1 in 10, I was with a group of people, and we were being killed. We were chained. We were like cattle being led to the slaughter. And I was speaking my truth. I was saying how this was wrong. I was saying how this was not in love, all the way through up until my execution. And then I experienced a transition of sorts, but I didn't die. I was transitioned into another state. And when I woke up in that other state, my first words were, where are the others? Where are the others? Meaning the others who could fulfill this role. And with that 1 in 10 theory. And the guides around spoke simultaneously in a different language. The two concepts were, well, I heard none of them survived. And then the simultaneous thought of, it's a miracle you survived, it's a miracle we have you. So that made this role for me all the more my responsibility, my psyche, you know, in the 5D. My 5D self was given the info that only I can do what I do in the way that I do it. And I've elected this, and so here we are. The demon. 2 of my aunts. When I was living with my grandmother, to help my mother with my grandmother, I learned how my mother became who she was. And my grandmother had a problem with me because I threw away trash. I went through her kitchen and went behind the fridge, gathered everything that might not be trash, put it on the coffee table, said, hey, you know, what's this? Let's sort this out. People can come and claim it as they go through, but let's get rid of some stuff. Oh, my Lord. Those who are attached to the material, be wary. I tried teaching that message last time. And it's not even about wealth. It's that whole, like, am I going to have enough for tomorrow? I should hold on to this. That's filling in the gap, y'all. It's filling in the gap. So my aunt, when this was happening, started off our conversation by slamming her fist into the ground. Or into the counter. And she was like, damn it, Chelsea. I'm the adult here. I couldn't stop myself. It was slow motion, and I went, and I looked right at her, and I was like, then act like it. And I gave back what she was giving me, which I know now. You know, you have to learn these lessons the hard way. You have to learn these lessons the way you elect to learn them. It got to a point in our conversation with both of my aunts where they were trying to control me. They were trying to tell me that this was the way love was, that I was not being respectful. And they reached out and touched me. And my first aunt, I actually took her hands, put them here, and pushed them back to her. I did not strike her. I simply put her back to where she was, not on me. Her reaction was like such a flinch, putting herself in a victim state immediately. We were head to head for a little bit. And there was a point in both conversations with two different aunts where I'm looking in their eyes. I am saying truth. And they smiled. This smile that was like, gotcha. They smiled because I was not budging, because they were caught. It was kind of like, you know, like when a man gets accused of something he did and he's like, oh, wow, wow. And he's smiling and saying, wow. But there was a blankness. There was a joy in the frustration. Now, my second aunt was very interesting. The one that I lived with for a little while in Boulder, Colorado. Because she admitted sometimes, because she kind of understood the metaphysical realm a little bit, but she did not take control over her emotions, which was, oh man, she was abused by her dad when she was in 5th grade, and she thought she forgave him. She thought everything was fine. Meanwhile, she got uterine cancer. She can't feel her feet. Her feet are numb. Her hair was grayed out. Not to say that gray hair is a symptom of negativity or anything. It can be, but it can also be a high honor. But her life force was draining. And even when I left, I heard an argument between her and her husband. And her husband she was like, or maybe the cancer's just in the genes. Meanwhile, she thought she understood how energy became form. Same thing happened when she was like, I'm trying to help you. And I said, absolutely not. You will not define love from me. She touched me. I said to get off. I did not push her back because her husband was in the room, allowing this to happen, until eventually he stepped in and was like, Randy, come on now. There again was that smile. And in a conversation before that, before it got to the point where it was just like, and I said, well, the conversation before that, when she was channeling a demonic energy and not hearing me, I was like, Randy, you said before that sometimes you say things and it's not you saying those things. And she goes, yeah. And I said, then I'm not talking to Randy right now, am I? The look on her face, the look on that face, I should say. It was like kind of a smile, deer in the headlights. I got to that point with 2 people when I saw absolutely devoid, no human heart, no love, none. No respect for energy, no respect for the soul. Having seen that smile, having seen the heart of devoidance, is that a word, of love, it is now really easy for me to see people who channel demonic influence just by the look in their eye when they receive me, when I walk past them. And it's interesting, I see it in children too, children who have learned by observation, by influence of their pack, as we are pack animals, pack mammals, to block out love and light. Children who put their hand in front of their eyes because they don't want me looking at them. They don't want to be seen. The demon says, I have control. You're not going to see this. You're not going to find the soul. Exorcisms don't necessarily work. I mean, they do in extreme cases. Kind of like how medication can work in extreme cases. When a person is really surrendered to the demonic influence, to the depravity. A demonic influence is just, it's energy that robs you of love. Now, the thing about exorcisms, in my opinion, and the thing about instantly healing people, y'all, I love you. Y'all, I don't, at this point in time, my ego, Chelsea, especially with what happened last time, and maybe that's just a residual fear that I can work through, or maybe it's my way to find a different way to prove. I don't want to be an ultimate alchemist. I don't want to multiply bread. I don't want to make water out of wine. I want people to see the natural miracle that I just magnetize all around me. Notice the synchronicities and such. At least at first. Who knows what I'll be able to do in a couple years? Let me tell you. Walking topless in Venice the other day. Like, there was this one dude who saw me, and like, you can just see it. They just reject you. They judge you. Ladies especially. The suppressed, the embodiers of the feminine force. Whew. Life itself is feminine. It can be so slight. And that's enough for you to walk away, to repel, to go within. There are more people under demonic influences now. Otherwise, we wouldn't be so fucking populated. We would be listening to the feminine energy of consent, of come hither, I'm inviting you. But no, the mass populace is penetrate, 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 dominate, dominate, dominate. The feminine force. Within male and female embodiers. Female in particular. So, I have seen the demon, and it is everywhere. And it creeps in the smallest levels. And I see, and you can see demonic influence even in a pure, intentioned soul. When they feel like they can't co-create what they want to co-create. That's evil gripping them with fear. Now, these people are more likely to be helped. They're more likely to absorb information and help themselves. That's what Christ wanted to do. But he went about it very arrogantly, in my opinion. I'm the way, I'm the light. Only me. Don't listen to anybody else. This time around, I'm like, you can listen to whatever you want to. But if you listen to me, it's much easier. I teach you the way of solitary alchemy. And the funny thing is, people who channel demonic energies can be angels from time to time. People can pick and choose when to act in purity and act in love, and pick and choose when not to. Now that's the thing. When you choose to be of love and light, there is no picking and choosing, really. It's doing the work to cleanse yourself of whatever grips that evil conditioning have on you. I myself just gave up pot and alcohol, and I'm considering caffeine. My higher self has been telling me for quite some time, and I didn't want to change, and here I am wanting change, and where is that change going to come from? Me listening to my higher self. The ego, the body, following the energetic suit, following the divine guidance. Higher self, by the way, is spirit, is you. Just everything else that is not this expression of you. But in the Legion consciousness, that tree is me. I love that Trinity tree. I love this little spot. And trees have said hello to me. And it's like, oh my gosh, and there's the hawk that caught dinner right here, right in that bush. Right there, yesterday. Or the other day, it was so cool. But trees have dropped boughs right at my feet. I looked up, there was no crow, there was no bird, there was no squirrel to drop anything down. It was the tree saying hello. That's the kind of alchemy, the kind of miracle. That's a basic 101 reality. So, my dears, if you sense a block in someone, if you're conversing with them and they know something, they can wrap their head around it, but they're unwilling to, let the truth sink down and live it, absorb it in the right places, in the places they need, not what they think they need, wash your hands of them. There's too many people to try and save us all. Too many. Way too many. Jesus couldn't heal everyone. There's too many of you. There's too many of you. We have to take responsibility and accountability to recognize and to dismiss. That is your right. You are not responsible for anyone else. You are responsible for you. You are responsible for your actions behind the resonation of what you see in people. And recently in this Mercury retrograde, I have given multiple people multiple chances. A guy at a coffee shop wanted to pick my brain and write an article about me, and another dude wanted me to say that I read his book so that they would advertise me. They would feed their ego by saying, oh, I'm helping this person who lives in a van. Nah, not if they're not willing to listen. I'm all right on my own. I'm all right on my own. Better than all right. I'm great. They need me more than I need them. old white men with blocks. One of them has divine work and potential. The other did not. And that's the thing with this multiple chances. I truly believe in the 1, 2, no 3 rule. You know? It's not fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. It's, hi, this is my boundary. This is our first interaction. Oh, do you need me to tell you a second time? I am not going to tell you a third. Repeat yourself once, y'all. And then if the message doesn't sink in, it ain't going to. So don't waste your breath. Right? Attract in people of love and light and of the same frequency by willing to let go and repel anyone who repels your truth, your light, your respect. Now, there are many people watching this channel who may not be in a place to emanate that light and respect, who are in a place of like, honey, I love you. I love you. I'm here to help you. There's this one person who still follows me, who's been watching since I was Mermaid Guidance, like back in 2013. Recently commented on my Instagram account, whose username was Spirituality Ruined My Life. And is just, mental illness, this is bullshit, you're all sick, blah, blah, blah. Tell me that man is not exactly what he hates, what he thinks he hates. Delete, block. Can't teach people like that. You can't teach people who choose the system of abuse. They've been abused. They absorb it. They take it as truth. They advertise it. Those are trolls, right? And there are people meant to inspire certain people out of that process. Now, me being me, just my existence offends people. People of high frequency. If you are experiencing, or people becoming high frequency, if you are experiencing people who say, I can only handle you in small doses, bye. But you can only handle me in small doses? Bitch, you can't handle me at all. It's my core you don't like. And you want me to change my behavior around that? Is there anything else I want to say? No. That is the message I have about demonic influences, recognizing it, seeing it, repelling it, being okay to detach yourself from people. So detaching yourself from people. If there is a demonic influence, they are not your family. They are not your friend. Try to see it more on an individual basis. I myself have been healing my perspective about police force and whatnot. It is true, the police force as a whole serves the white patriarchal supremacy. But the individuals are not responsible for that. And some go in with a knight energy, a protective, loving energy. Most are C-grade bully students given a gun and a badge and a big sense of authority. Oh, no. I want spiritual practitioners as my police officers. Which we are in an energetic realm. So, don't be afraid to detach yourself, to trim your own ego. Who cares? We need you. Step up. Shun the darkness by burning your bright light and refusing to waste your energy on someone who will not absorb. Take care. Rock on. I love you for loving yourself, because that's the trick of it. You know where to find me. Outro. If you want to support the channel, please like, share, subscribe. Let people know that I am here. You can join me on Patreon, monthly subscription in exchange for personal services on the 1st of every month. And please get in line for a healing Reiki session. It is psychic. You get an audio file. It's a guided meditation. You can also get card readings. That's not off the table, but I do suggest Reiki healing for more direct results. And Facebook and Instagram for free daily posts. Instagram for now. I'm having a hard time connecting my new Facebook page to the account, so eventually, but I'm on Instagram for daily pulls, and there it is. I love you, babes.